Hello everybody. Today's episode is going to be a continuation of my second playthrough on my channel of the Ascent. I don't know if you noticed, I've played through this once before and I was kind of doing it with kind of a combination of a live stream I had going at the same time, but I decided to go through again and create a new build and try to get this to complete the entire main story of the game. So right now I'm kind of trying to improve upon my build here. Basically I'm just trying to see if I can get as many skill points as I can, because it's kind of the typical thing you expect at this point. You hit some of the harder bosses and then it ends up being very annoying trying to be able to play through it because of the amount of effort it requires to be able to actually get past. So I had picked one this time that is basically following a main part of the storyline, but it took me way further off track than I thought it was. So it kind of like just really follows like one main quest that I was trying to complete, and it took me like an hour to kind of decide which direction I wanted to go in. So I kind of just included what I had. It took forever, a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. So I kind of just like partially completed this one section. I'm gonna continue upon it in the next episode, so if there's any reason it's like kind of disappointing or confusing why I randomly just stopped, it's because I was just thinking it was time consuming, and I basically wanted to kind of backtrack a bit, see what else I can do, because I hit a point where I was trying to get past the boss and it was like just way too annoying for me to actually accept that it was really going to be worth the time I was trying to put in to do it. So mostly what it will consist of from this point is just kind of just traveling around the game and small things here and there. I'm basically trying to travel to where there's like this hub and I have to activate it, and there are like a couple of different spots. So I did want to include that. I didn't really play through the game with my mic on, so that's kind of why I'm switching back and forth with the voiceovers now. So if you just check this out, what I'm doing is basically heading from the main area of the Warrens to this spot, and it may seem weird, but I'm totally just going to jump right into some of the side quests in the next episode because they're really easy to get out of the way, and some of them I actually am confident I'm like far enough that should not really require much. So I was really kind of trying to decide if I wanted to include it or not. It's not really fun to just watch the side quests sometimes. It just gets kind of boring. So this is pretty much it right now. I'm like heading into this place. It's like a giant like a giant trash area or something. So yeah, this pretty much was challenging. You go through here and they just swarm the shit out of you. And then there's some robots that start popping up, like that's where they start showing up. I'd yet to actually need to deal with them that much. These little guys, they you can't really do headshots on them, so they're a pain in the ass. That's why I end up just deciding to take the taxi out of here, because it was ridiculous. They end up surrounding you, and there's no way out if you end up making the wrong choice, the direction you need to go in. So I did make some improvements with my weapons. I had picked up one from the last boss, I think, and I decided not to use it. It's like a rocket launcher, and then there's like something else I picked up, which is a nice one, but that too, it's kind of just not enough for the boss I need to face. It's like this giant spider robot that shoots fire at you and like spawns a bunch of smaller robots that jump at you and blow up, which I'll totally include in one of my episodes, because it's like, well, boss, it's kind of like a main thing you need to go through. So I'm not really sure how much I want to really talk about the stuff in this area, because I'm kind of just grinding it, going through here, just doing like a little, almost like a dungeon crawl type of thing. Just like go in here and basically have to turn around and go back. So it seems like anything important comes up, I'll just talk about it. But it's just gonna be just gameplay to enjoy watching.
energy siphoning plan. Task list. Boost cooling system. Raise energy output. Override distribution hub. Hide modifications from the tokamak SI. Rejoice. Footnote. And task list.
Alright, so this is where I'm entering the area that I was talking about, where these small guys just start popping up everywhere. Okay, like right now it's like, where it's kind of like, okay, this is kind of crazy, but then it's just like, if you try to like run through this area at all, they just start like respawning or whatever it is, where they just start popping up on the map. It's like there'll be like 20 or 30 of them, it seems like. Other thing with this area, it's like you like pass through and you're like in a nuclear area. I don't really know if that matters much, but this is where the robots start showing up, and they're actually not really hard to beat, but it's totally unexpected at first, because you have to kind of figure out how to pace yourself, or else if you just kind of run in and try to rush through it, it depletes your health to the point where it is so frustrating trying to basically like cheat yourself past it. But the benefit is going through this, I kind of got all the XP and the pickups, which I think I'm going to turn around and try to sell somewhere. And then, well, this is where that section where I'm talking about, you have these random like computer these like access points where you have to like hack into it or whatever, and activate it or deactivate it, whatever it is. Basically, once you activate your objective, it's where it starts to get to where the things just start swarming everywhere. I don't really know if that's why. And here's some of those robots. It's just like one after another once it hits this point. So because I was getting to the point where I was consistently feeling like it was starting to get challenging, but I was still leveling up, I kind of knew I had to turn around at this point to be able to kind of improve upon it. And the other thing is, there's not really a whole lot to do in here. It's just you're plowing through enemies, and then you just have to make it to these two access points. I'm not really certain if that's the specific name, but it's like these two computers that you have to go to. I think the first one's nearby in this area. And then the next one, it looks almost exactly the same. And then that's where it takes you to the spot with the boss, which is like that big spider I was talking about. So you'll see there's like this monitor pops up, and it's got like a bunch of green stuff basically on the screen. And it's basically where I was like, this is stupid if it's gonna end up just being what it's all about. Then it leads to the boss. So when I was playing through, I made it past this already my first time, and I kind of was trying to figure out what was coming next, but I remembered it's that boss. And it's actually not, the thing is not really hard, it's just it shoots fire at you that depletes your health so fast, it's kind of unfair. So that's the first one, and the next one's somewhere else. So basically, if you want to continue watching it to that point, I kind of just turn around and head back to the area where the Warrens is, and that's kind of where I called it quits on this episode, because I knew it would be very annoying just watching me kind of travel all over the place trying to figure this stuff out, so that I can find some way of changing the stuff I have, maybe get some better stuff, or maybe somehow work on my armor or improve my weapons, even like slightly. I need something that's like long range. So that's pretty much it. If you want to check out the next episode, I should be putting it up soon. When I'm saying I still have to go to the next spot, but if you just want to watch through it, I think I'm just gonna kind of leave it and watch the playthrough, because it's not really anything too interesting. Then it will possibly just transition to the boss. I don't know if I want to include the side stuff, but I might, because it's useful stuff to know. I don't really want to leave out any of the crucial steps. But whatever entertains the viewers, what I'm thinking. So if it's like too boring or something, I totally understand. At this point I was thinking like, why is this taking so long to get past this one area? So feel free to just tune in the next episode. It's good stuff though. Maybe you'll see like some stuff you need to prepare for. That'll be it. Feel free to share any ideas or input for future episodes if you enjoy watching the channel. Take it easy.
Factoid. Tokamak means toroidal chamber with magnetic field in an archaic language. output increased by 0.00025%. Next task, override power distribution. income opportunity. Attention. Hub has been previously altered. User unknown. Initiating alternate bypass. Bypass done.
Oh, here. That some power surge you just sent our way made me tingle all over. The security systems are online and working for us. Excellent job. Now cover the whole thing up and get back here so we can celebrate. Remember, any new owners cannot know about this.
Ready to install mod patch.